We about to go into deep details about what happened. Was Quavo arguing with Lil Cam? We got some evidence coming up in a minute. We will be back in 2 seconds. Go ahead and take a listen to this. Run it up, AMG Twins. Spending what you making, what you trapping for. Every time I post with people in front of my head, we bad as fuck. My little bitch, she bad as fuck. Money got left, we done ran it up. Let's be broke up, my head up. All my niggas ran it up. Can't type in, better hang me up. My only two, my ankle up. Well, we ran up, we ran it up. Three bad bitches keep on no problem. All this out there, fucking name is thunder. Could've went to the but I was married from the ankle up. Nigga broke, can't hang with us. DJ money, just hang it up. I spending what you making, run nigga, hey up. I'm gonna run it up till I can't run no more. Run it up. All the time the cool started on the spoon. You spending what you making, what you trapping for. All right, let's get right into it.
Downtown Houston bowling alley. Now in court today, prosecutors say a man who was facing weapon charges was there the day of the deadly shooting. Adam Bennett joins us live now. And Adam, prosecutors saying that man may have also had a gun at the scene?
That's right. So Cheryl, they're saying that both surveillance video and a witness back that up. This man is being charged because he is not legally allowed to have that gun. But to be clear, he is.
Now, we're going to get deep into that. Now, there are some charges that happened on October the 27th where he did a grand theft auto, and that would have made him a felon. So that means he couldn't carry a pistol. But otherwise, if he was not charged with that, then he can operate a firearm unless there was some conditions towards the probation once they moved him down. Because this happened in October, like a few days, like I would say less than a month before the killing of Takeoff. So let's listen and see what they got.
He is not being charged in the shooting of Takeoff.
Nearly a month to the day after the rapper known as Takeoff was shot and killed outside a downtown Houston bowling alley, the rapper known as Lil Cam went before a judge for the first time. 22-year-old Cameron Joshua is facing 2 charges of having a weapon as a felon. Court records show he was convicted in California of felony grand theft 5 days before Takeoff's death.
We believe Cameron Joshua has been appropriately charged.
Now, see, if that's a felony charge, we'll go back. And right there, California, grand felony, see it right here, a grand theft. Okay, he'll steal something. Yeah, he'll steal something, and he actually was winning that that argument. I mean, not the argument. He was actually winning the dice game against Quavo. So Lil Cam is the one who was breaking the pockets down. Yeah. Lil Cam was the one breaking the pockets down. He was the one winning the money. He was arguing according to what it looks like. We'll get into that a little bit later, but I want to give you a format. It looks like when MIGO Vance was shooting, he didn't even shoot nowhere towards Takeoff direction. It looked like he was shooting directly at Lil Cam. So when he had the strap out, it was because of Lil Cam and his goons. All right. So just so we can make that clear, so we can get a clear picture, because from everything we're seeing and what the police is saying now is adding up. Quavo was arguing with Lil Cam. Lil Cam did get hit by MIGO Vance. And when shots went firing out, MIGO Vance was still shooting at Lil Cam. But he did not hit Takeoff at all.
For Takeoff's death.
We believe Cameron Joshua has been appropriately charged in this case, and we're continuing our investigation into the death of Takeoff.
Joshua's lawyers reiterated to the judge that his client is not accused of firing a weapon or killing anyone.
He's not being charged with the shooting. I think the DA's office knows the difference between carrying a weapon and a shooting case, and if they thought he was involved in the shooting, they would have charged him with it.
Today, a Houston police.
I get this part right here, right? But let's go here. Hold on, give me a second. Let me pull my screen up so we don't. Okay, all right. Make sure you don't be. Because I want to go straight to the facts.
Humbug. Mr. Scrooge.
Let's see this at.
Was murdered in Houston, appearing in court, charging with having a gun he was not supposed to have. Cameron Joshua is not facing charges for Takeoff's death, but the arrest is the most significant development we've seen so far in this case, which is now nearly a month old.
ABC 13's Maya Shea is live at Green Street downtown, where Takeoff was killed, and has the latest on what is still ahead in this case. Maya?
Well, so many people are waiting for an arrest of a murder suspect. That is not what happened today. The man in question today was here the night that Takeoff was killed, and according to prosecutors, he allegedly had a weapon.
Clear real quick. All right, so this is not DJ Pat has not been arrested at this time when you're watching this information. But what I want you to do is pay attention to the details of what they're saying. They're going to get into not just him being there, but the weapons charges, letting you know that he pulled a gun out, and it may have been in Quavo and MIGO band's direction. Let's go.
To be clear, he is not charged with shooting anyone. Houston rapper Cameron Joshua appeared in court today on 2 weapons charges. He's accused of being in possession of a weapon at the scene where rapper Takeoff was killed. His attorney, though, was crystal clear on one point.
Cameron Joshua did not shoot Takeoff.
Attorney Christopher Downey says it's important to note that Joshua, who is on bond for 2 unrelated charges, is accused of having a gun but not firing at anyone. When asked if his client knew who did shoot Takeoff in the wee hours of November 1st, Downing says that's information that may or may not be shared.
We'll discuss that with the DA's office if we decide to.
The intense interest in Joshua's arrest comes after a month has passed since rapper Takeoff was shot dead during a private party.
Right, I just wanted you to see that. All right, so let's go into it. These people got
This morning,
little
connected to the deadly shooting of MIGO's rapper Takeoff.
Right, so what we're looking at now is these people right here. Actually, I wonder what they was doing in the newsroom when they found out that the videographer recorded the wrong person. This is not Little Cam. So let's go look at that. I want to get you. I want to get
Takeoff. Cameron Joshua, also known as Lil Cam, appeared in a Houston courtroom on Wednesday.
That is not Little Cam. So they're trying to say that that's Little Cam. The videographer or whoever was doing this story, the journalist was on this story, was at the courtroom. Little Cam was definitely there that day, but I think they took the video of the wrong person. And this guy probably was like, "Man, what the hell am I on here for? Still in the car for? I'm on TV." Still in the car, and they got the cameras on him. He's like, "Man, what was in that car?"
He's charged with 2 counts of a felon with weapons charges. Prosecutors say Lil Cam was
on
the scene when Takeoff was killed. He has not been charged with killing the Lawrenceville native. Investigators say Takeoff, whose real name is Kirshnick Ball, was shot outside.
All right, so that's not the same. I definitely want to get into 8 days ago. I want to find the video when they say. I want to find it direct.
Hey, it's me, dry skin.
My first time seeing this too, so yeah. We're trying to find.
You've seen some of the reporting by some internet websites.
Nah, get out of there. And where I found it from directly is was the actual. Anybody in the chat want to help me out with that? If y'all want to go ahead and comment any kind, let me put that link in that description right now. You feel you got some input on it? Go ahead. It's cool. All right. Let's get back to this. I'm trying to find the news story. Big shout out to Paperwork Party too. You be putting some stuff out there. Big shout out to AK-47. I mess with him big time. Let's go ahead.
Gilliam, Gilliam. I'm a prosecutor at the Harris County DA's office.
Let me speed that up. Let's see what we got. This is the same thing we said earlier.
You know, I've talked to him.
Let's go. Here we go. This is Lil Cam on the second one, getting a $300,000 bar times 2. Everybody live a little Cam, live a little Cam. What they did is they gave him a zero bond in this court hearing. They also gave him 2 $300,000 bonds, which will equal up to $600,000. Meaning, this is a cash bond. He'll need the whole thing. But if not, then he could go through a bondsman and pretty much pay $60,000 to the cop, guaranteeing that they will want some property to make sure that he comes back to court. But I don't see. But this is Lil Cat. This is who Quavo was arguing with. This is who Quavo was arguing with.
Because he's signing things.
That's where you need to go in the description.
So he revoked his bond.
Get that cash out. Make sure you like and make sure you subscribe as well.
So why would they let him out?
That subscribe button. Hit that notification bell. Yeah. This was real good information right here. This is Lil Cam right here. Can you imagine what's going through Lil Cam's mind? You know, he won a lot of money at that dice game. Lil Cam won a lot of money at that dice game. He won a lot of money. Maybe they should have just went home, got out of there. It had to be. And what the bad thing about it is, this young man's future is pretty much. He's not the shooter now. He's not the shooter. He's not. He is not the shooter, but he was arguing. The reason why him and Quavo was arguing over the dice game. Lil Cam and Quavo was arguing over the dice game. He also found out that Quavo then found out that he was making remarks about Quavo and the Migos prior to them being in Houston that night, and that he pretty much didn't like them. That he did not like the Migos at all. And someone pointed it out during that dice game. Patrick Xavier Clark is the shooter.
Because he's signing things that LeBron is going to go out.
So he revoked his bond. So he was out on bond, but a convicted felon should not be carrying a weapon. So why would they let him out?
But that's what he just. That's what they other guys.
See, he's saying that he revoked his bond.
But a convicted felon should not be carrying a weapon. So he was out on bond, but a convicted felon should not be carrying a weapon. So why would they let him out?
But that's what he just.
Right,
I didn't understand. Because he's signing things that LeBron is going to go out.
So he revoked his bond. So
he's also you can see Lil Cam is waving at his family out there when he can get a chance.
So he revoked his bond. So he was out on bond, but a convicted felon should not be carrying a weapon. So why would they let him out?
But that's what he just. That's what they other guys.
Prosecutors took up. They're over here on this side. No, outside. Oh, they're around. They're around. Okay, I'm gonna talk.
What happened?
He said, Bond said, Riley, I didn't understand. No, I didn't.
Because he's signing things that LeBron is going to go out.
Bond said,
So he revoked his bond. So he was out on bond, but a convicted felon should not be carrying a weapon. So why would they let him out?
But that's what he just. That's what they other guys.
All right, so we pretty much see what's going on. Let me do this. let me get to our next subject, what is at hand. We want to get into directly from the news. What happened?
Recording.
Turn that off for that skip ad. We're going to hear it directly from them, all right? One more guessing. This is right before Mr. Clark goes into the courtroom. They got a lot of evidence saying that he was directly the shooter. They're not second guessing it. That is one of the lead investigators that you're looking at right now over this case. Let's not put him there. Risk it all. Let's go. Okay, so this, we got to make sure that this is we got the sound on. That's okay. Okay, so this is Xavier Clark. The judge did ask for it. This is the actual killer. There's a connection between Lil Cam and him because that's who Quavo was arguing with. And for both of them to be arrested, it just seems like something. If Lil Cam was arguing with him, then how did DJ Pat end up being one of the shooters? So I mean, I don't, think that he took it upon his own self to pull this trigger. Believe that he was, trying to get some brownie points or something. Something had to make him do this. Because this man, he's a promoter, he's a DJ. I don't see no reason why this man would just go and just grab a gun and just start blasting. I see no reason why he would do that. I mean, it doesn't make it sense. Lil Cam was the one arguing with Quavo, so how he gets in there to become the shooter is boggling to me.
This
Let's skip this ad as well. It's boggling to me because how did he become the shooter if he wasn't either trying to get brownie points or something? So, the speed is
Exactamente. Se llama Cameron Josh, de 22 años de edad. La evidencia.
This is where I want to get into. I don't know if y'all haven't seen my video on this. Okay, yeah. We're going to start right here. First of all, I'm hoping y'all could see me very well. Let me get a good picture. Okay. So Mr. Fenner is here to do the press conference, surrounded by, the mayor, Texas Bureau of Investigations, and several other people. And he makes a complete fool of himself during this press conference because not only do he forget what side that the Lil Cam got caught in, what side of Houston, which part. He shouldn't even mention that. He also forgot Xavier Clark's name. He forgot the main suspects. I don't get it. All right, so let's get into it. First of all, let me give you that screen share first. Do we got it on there? Okay, yeah, we do. All right, let's go.
A few seconds to get set up and everybody.
Was Kershnik Karibal was shot and killed in Houston on November 1st. Houston police say they have an update in this case. Let's hear now what HPD has to say about it.
Everybody ready? Good. All right. Afternoon, everyone. Chief Fenner here with Mayor. Mayor, thank you for the support.
Now remember, he's not only going to forget where Lil Cam was caught at, he's going to forget where the arrest happened, he's going to forget which side of the city that it happened on, and he also is going to forget Xavier Clark's name. He's going to call him Xavier Brown. And look how the mayor is looking, first of all. Just look how the mayor is looking. I mean, just, you just pay attention. You ain't even gotta, let's go.
We're here to announce an arrest, but before I do that, I always start with that human element. I spoke to Takeoff's mother early this morning, and my prayers, and I ask that all our prayers continue to go out to her and his entire family, his close friends, the city of Atlanta, and all of Takeoff's fans around the world. We lost a good man, and I didn't have the pleasure of meeting him, but everybody, the hundreds of people that I talked to, spoke on what a great individual he was. We have a special relationship with the city of Atlanta. I want to make sure that stays intact. I want to thank them, the family, and everybody else for patience, allowing us to work through the evidence and the facts, which is most important. I also want to thank our investigators here today, Sergeant Michael Barrow, Lieutenant Barnes, Investigator Ross Watson, and also from the DA's office, Ruben Perez and Matt Gilliam, who's worked very hard on this case. All of our individuals, our divisions, our homicide division, thank you. People don't know.
And the point is I'm gonna speed it up because we want to get into when he's forgetting the names, okay? Because he just thanked a lot of people.
Thank you, Chief. And look, let me thank
our divisions, our homicide and ATF. Everybody took a role in this investigation. We stood here a little bit, I think a month ago, maybe a day or two, and made a promise that we would get the individuals or the individual that's responsible for the murder of Takeoff in custody. So yesterday evening, we arrested Patrick Xavier Brown, 33 years old.
You arrested who? I thought his name was Clark.
Behind the scenes, the number of hours that they're away from their family members. So also the gang division, our federal partners, FBI, state partner DPS, state partner DPS, and ATF. Everybody took a role in this investigation. We stood here a little bit, I think a month ago, or the individual that's responsible for the murder of Takeoff in custody. So yesterday evening, we arrested Patrick Xavier Brown, 33 years old.
name was Clark. His name is Patrick Xavier Clark. Well, you can call him DJ Pat, but his name is not Brown. So it's just
So yesterday evening, we arrested Patrick Xavier Brown, 33 years old. He was charged with the murder of Takeoff. Brown was arrested again yesterday evening in the 14700 block of Sterling Green Boulevard. It's located on the east side of Texas. I'm sorry, of Houston. Again, Cameron Joshua.
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. You forgot what side it was on?
Of Sterling Green Boulevard. It's located on the east side of Texas. I'm sorry, of Houston.
You don't know what Sterling Boulevard is at, and you're the
Sterling Green Boulevard. It's located on the east side of Texas. I'm sorry, of Houston. Again, Cameron Joshua, 22 years old, was arrested on November the 22nd for felon in possession of a weapon. I'm going to turn it over to the mayor right now, and after that, we're going to bring up the investigators and then the district attorney's office, and then Commander Garcia will translate for us in Spanish. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And look, let me thank your entire team and all of your law enforcement partners that have been working on this case.
The thing about it is they was making faces the whole time. They
made a promise that we would get wrong. Listen, the individuals are the individual that's responsible for the murder of Takeoff in custody. So yesterday evening, we arrested Patrick Xavier.
Now watch all their reactions, even this dude here, that dude, and watch how the mayor looks when he says the name wrong. Look.
Xavier Brown, 30.
He closed his eyes. He was like, "You fucking idiot."
We arrested Patrick Xavier Brown, 33 years old. He was charged with the murder of Takeoff.
You seen him look, go back. He even gonna like blow his jaws a little bit.
Are the individual that's responsible for the murder of Takeoff in custody.
Talk about this.
So yesterday evening, we arrested Patrick Xavier Brown, 33 years old. He was charged with the murder of Takeoff.
He's like, "You fucking idiot."
Brown was arrested again.
Look, there you go again. Look how the mayor's looking. Look how the mayor is looking when he's doing that.
And yesterday evening in the 14700 block of Sterling Green Boulevard. It's located on the east side of Texas. I'm sorry, of Houston. Again, Cameron Joshua, 22 years old, was arrested on November the 22nd for felon in possession of a weapon. I'm going to turn it over to the mayor right now, and after that, we're going to bring up the investigators and then the district attorney's office, and then Commander Garcia will translate for us in Spanish. Thank you.
Thank you, Chief. And look, let me thank your entire team and all of your law enforcement.
This is the mayor, but for some reason, I don't like to talk bad about nobody, but it's just. Did they give Morgan Freeman another role? Is it Morgan Freeman back? I mean, y'all didn't tell me nothing about this.
Partners that have been
I'm not saying he's a crackhead. I am not saying that this man is a crackhead. I'm just saying he looks like one. I mean, he's a good man. I heard he did a lot for the community. He did a lot for the community now. So I mean, I ain't trying to, but I just believe he looks like one. Let's go.
Been working on this case. Let me thank the prosecutors from the DA's office. I really appreciate their
Man, this is supposed to be for Takeoff, man. Y'all need to tighten up, man. This for Takeoff, man. Y'all, I mean, come on, man. Y'all brothers that's handling this investigation for a high-profile case. We need the mayor of Houston to get it together, and we also need the chief, Mr. Fenner, to get it together. So, Mr. Sylvester,
their presence and their work, and I've certainly realized that the work even continues in this case. I do want to point out the fact that over the last month, I've had several conversations.
Listen, we need Mr. Fenner and Mr. Sylvester. We need y'all to get it together. High-profile case involving Takeoff. That we are happy that Mr. Xavier is behind bars. I mean, we definitely happy about that because Takeoff didn't bother nobody. But we need y'all to step it up. We need y'all to be remembering these names and get more deeper into this investigation, because this investigation means a lot to us, a lot.
Conversations with the mayor of Atlanta, Andre Dickens, kind of keeping him advised of this investigation and what was taking place, and talk with him as late as yesterday evening to apprise him of what would be taking place today. Look, it was about a month ago when we stood here as a team to discuss the shooting death of Kirshner Kyrie Ball. Public knew him as Takeoff. We all knew him as Takeoff, a talented entertainer and part of the Atlanta-based group, the MIGOs. I do also want to acknowledge Councilmember Edward Pollard, who is with us this afternoon. But in more than entertainer, he was a son, a brother, cousin, and a friend, and a mentor to those in the music industry. At that time, we also asked witnesses to help police identify Takeoff's killer and prevent more violence from happening in retaliation. I am glad that a suspect has been arrested and charged with Takeoff's death. It certainly, I think, will bring some comfort to the.
Yeah, definitely. Me too as well. I mean, and this is where I wanted to pause that at. If Little Cam didn't have anything to do with it during this big press conference that they're having right here, there's no way they would have him right next to Patrick Xavier Clark. And then just one more thing for Mr. Fenner, the chief of Houston. If you need to make sure that the name is right, just go ahead and look at the little board you got right there. You got a little board right there with his name saying Patrick Xavier Clark with his age right there. So if you made a mistake, all you got to do is look to if you're at the podium, you will look to your left and you would see it. You'll see that his name is not Brown, it's Clark.
Family, though it does not bring Takeoff back. This is a significant step towards seeking justice, and I hope it also brings additional comfort to all of those who love Takeoff. Over the past few weeks, Chief Fenner and I were asked often about the status of the investigation. The chief kept me informed about the information that had been received, the evidence that has been collected, including the video that was being reviewed. I want to express my regrets and disappointment that this was a case of a young man taking the life of another young man for no reason. The gun violence everywhere, not just in the city of Houston, has to stop. People are dying for little or no reason, and people are reaching for a deadly firearm to settle sometimes minor disagreements. But pulling a firearm can have deadly consequences that you cannot undo. And so I'm glad that arrest has taken place, that we do have someone in custody. It is unfortunate. It really is unfortunate because it does not bring Takeoff back. But to Chief Fenner, to you, to your command staff, to the investigators, to the DA's office, to all the partners who helped, to those who provided tips, information, let me thank you, and then look forward to this investigation and prosecution continuing on this matter. Thank you, Chief.
Let me step up and make a quick correction on the name.
Okay, there we go. Coming up to me. Now this, I mean, he's taking responsibility for the mistake of calling the name. So that I gotta give him. Make sure I got that screen right. He's definitely taking responsibility. Let's go.
I had to misprint on my notes. It's Patrick Xavier Clark, 33 years old, on the rest of the suspect.
See, look to your left. There's his name. Next time, but I get it. You was reading off notes. So, I mean, it ain't going to be hard on you.
Okay.
All right.
Come on, Sarge.
Good afternoon. I'm Sergeant Michael Burrow with the Homicide Division. The chief was very gracious in recognizing a lot of the partners that we were involved with in this case. I did want to recognize a couple of other people that or organizations that helped a lot with the investigation. The Houston Forensic Science Center, our lab rats, so to speak, the people that do our forensic analysis, they work behind the scenes a lot. They don't get a lot of recognition, and they helped us answer a lot of important questions in this case when others would not. That includes our firearms section, our latent print section, and our crime scene unit.
And don't forget, breaking news 2 to 3 days ago, Joshua Cameron, which is Lil Cam, definitely hit a bond here and got $200,000-$300,000 bonds and a 0 bond.
Quick note, just I know there's going to be a lot of questions about the investigation. The investigation is still ongoing. We still have a lot of people that we're trying to locate and talk to, so we will be a little bit short on details here. We probably will not be able to answer.
I want to get to this and then we'll go from there, but we'll go ahead and get out of here. We won't hold you long, but we want to let you know we're going to be streaming every night and every day. All right. So, but let's get into it. As far as Joshua Cameron is concerned, he was arguing with Quavo. He was arguing with Quavo. All right. An argument breaks out. I still am not sure how he got involved unless he wanted to get some brownie points for sticking up for Joshua. Because I have no idea how Mr. Xavier got involved unless they were, I'm pretty sure they knew each other, both of them from Houston. But I'm just not sure, and only the investigators do know what happened between there. But this is the one that was winning the dice game. Lil Cam, Joshua Cameron, won close to $17,000-$20,000 in a dice game from Quavo. So just to let you know.
Answer all of your questions. But I can tell you, to confirm some of the speculations out there, the event was a private party.
See, let's go.
There was a lucrative dice game that went on at the event. There was.
See, that part is true.
An argument that happened afterwards outside.
That's Lil Cam, the argument. That's why his picture's there.
The bowling alley, which led to the shooting.
And that's what led to the shooting. But Lil Cam is not the one who shot Takeoff.
I can tell you that Takeoff was not involved in playing in the dice game. He was not involved in the argument that happened outside. He was not armed. He was an innocent bystander. Some important case factors. The chief was mentioning some of the timing here. I mean, we've boiled it down to over 30 people that were standing outside. We have an exact number. We're not going to put that out. When the shooting happened, literally every single one of those people left the.
And this is the big guy that's doing. He's the homicide investigator. So he's the one putting everything down when it comes to as far as what happened, where happened, Let me see the ballistics. Whose fingerprints is where? We don't got enough of those yellow markers out with the numbers on them. Oh, this is the guy.
The scene without giving a statement to police. We found a few of them that night. We found others since then. But it's important that those people come forward. And we're still looking to talk to a lot of those people. And we will be looking to find you. It will be easier if you come find us. It'll be easier for you. It'll be easier for us as well. Essentially, we had to rely on a large volume of video surveillance evidence that came in, and cell phone videos and audio, things that surfaced over time in some cases that weren't available immediately. We had to sift through all of that and use physical evidence and use shooting reconstruction and confirm a lot of our ballistic evidence, what weapons were involved, things of that nature. And through that, we were able to deduce that Patrick Clark is the lethal shooter in the case. And that's why he's being charged with murder.
Thank you, Sergeant. At the DA's office.
Thank you, Chief.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor.
All right, so there we go. I just wanted to get y'all some details on what happened, how it happened, who may have been involved, and narrow it down. Because not only am I doing this for just you, I was doing this for me. I really like Takeoff, especially with him not being a aggressive at all. He was pretty much a laid back dude. And to see this happen, let's see, we got, somebody put a, what is they crazy? Put a private dating chat in here. These people was wild. We won't, they want to do a dating chat in the middle of a broadcast. Okay, no, we won't do that. But thank you anyway. I appreciate it. If there might be some friends who might want it, so definitely check in. If y'all want to check in, she wants y'all to do that dating chat with her, and she'll love to do it. She wants to put it out there, so we ain't gonna hold nobody back from whatever their hustle is. So if she wants to do that, go ahead and get out. Thank you for commenting anyway and coming in the comment section. So we is not mad at you. I'm gonna type in thank you. We're trying to get them views up and we're trying to get more subscribers. So if that's what you into, hey, thank you. Appreciate you for putting a comment in there, period. So that's pretty much what it is. But we are out of here. This is your host, Tough Senior. You know what it is. You know what it do. You know what it be. I am out. We will see your ass tonight. The internet is working better, and we is going to pop it off like popping it off.